first off, we learned that he really likes The Handmaid's Tale TV show. He also really likes House of the Dragon, but then again, who doesn't? And he was really been all in on that stuff. There was a funny tweet that came out this week where, well, Matthew Perry apparently took aim at Keanu Reeves in a Variety article where he basically said, "Why is Heath Ledger dead, but Keanu Reeves still walks among us?"
I thought Matthew Perry was dead.
Well, what's funny is the update to that article is that Matthew Perry's like, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I don't know why I said that. I like Keanu. A name just like popped in my head, but really it should be my name in that spot." That's what he said.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was still alive. We're talking about the same guy who did like Friends, right?
Friends, yeah, Friends.
Yeah,
He's
so
in a few good movies. And
last time I saw him like on a Friends reunion special, and he looked like one of those 80-year-old guys who are still getting like facelifts, and he's like, "Hey everybody, great to see you." Great. I'm like, who is this person? Who is this monster in front of us?
Yeah, funny guy. But Terry's response to this was was Iron Man shaking his head, kind of. No, bad idea.
Right.
We got some stuff. Terry really loves the music of Star Trek and a lot of stuff like that. He was talking about a tribute to Star Trek 6 with Enterprise leaving the space dock, and he said we're going to be seeing some. When we watch Picard season 3, we're going to be seeing some throwbacks to a lot of this old music. So, so stay tuned. If you love the old Star Trek movies, there's going to be a sense of a feeling about some of those movies in this show.
That's great. 100%. Like First Contact. That's what he's talking about. He loves the music of First Contact.
Do you remember that the part in the movie where the Riker pulls up, kind of rolls up, and Riker says, "Hello, beautiful." Right?
Oh,
to the
yes.
Titan.
Yeah.
So he references that line, which is pretty cool.
It's great.
If you guys remember, this is actually pretty funny. Terry had put out a tweet a while back about Amanda Plummer. He's actually done it twice this year. Like all the way back on December 2nd, 2021, he put out an Amanda Plummer appreciation tweet. And then about 2 months ago, not even 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, he put out another Amanda Plummer tweet. And this was before we knew that Amanda Plummer was going to be in Star Trek Picard season 3. Now, Brian and I knew she was going to be in Picard season 3. And so when he tweeted that out, we were kind of like, "Oh, Terry, look at you. You're dancing on the edge, brother." Because nobody knew, and it was a big secret. And he's kind of doing these Amanda Plummer, this Amanda Plummer thing. And we're like, look at him standing on the edge of the knife right there. So he put out a tweet this week that basically said, "This aged well, # Star Trek Picard."
Yeah. I love this, by the way. I love this HOD
yes,
meme.
That one. There you go.
Amen on his ride home.
Of course, it's Woody Harrelson smoking dope, right? Or smoking a cigarette.
That was so true, though. When we did our review, I was like, that was one of the most. I was like, I was worried, relieved, worried, relieved, worried. Oh my God, what the.
And then you didn't know how to feel like
right.
If you guys haven't seen House of the Dragon, we won't ruin it for you yet, but the very ending of the season finale is stomach churning. Like, oh gosh. I mean, you go into season 2 kind of hoping, but also like stressed out a little bit. I don't know how to put it, but really great scene there.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to wait for season 2 for that. And if you want to see our review of the finale, please come back on Sunday morning is when that's gonna drop. Just so you guys know.
Yeah, and Terry was also really big on the visual effects. We talked about it a lot for the end of that show, but he's got this great tweet here. He's like, this exact time next year, we will still be waiting for House of the Dragon season 2, and he's got this thing with Daenerys. Where are my dragons?
Where are my dragons?
I remember that. So everybody's going to be kind of like, wanting that back as soon as possible.
I miss Daenerys, man. All right. Also, we got a story here that we're going to add into the weekly Terry because it's just too good. And we first learned this information from Terry. Little tease for Picard season 3, Riker versus Picard.
Fight.
Dun, 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 dun. What's the Mortal Kombat music?
I don't know. It's intense though, and there's a lot of blood.
A lot of techno and blood. Yeah.
when I was a teenager, I'm like, wow, we can play this stuff. It's like you could unlock blood mode on the Sega Genesis.
I remember, yeah. All right, so what's this about? This is actually teased in the panel, and they get into it here on Screen
Yeah,
Man.
it's like a so if you watch the New York panel, which we've gone through quite a few times, but it's interesting because we find out something that's going to happen in Picard season 3 that's totally different than anything we've ever experienced with Next Generation. You know, Riker, for all intents and purposes, have been a good first officer. He follows orders. Every once in a while, he pushes back, but for the most part, he does what he's told. Well, it looks like in Picard season 3, that may not be the case. And it looks like these two are going to butt heads on decisions a lot more than has ever happened in the past. And there's almost going to be what seems to be like a swapping of the roles. Terry actually put out that it doesn't stop with Riker and Picard just having a strong agreement tactically about what to do in a specific situation. They're also going to be teasing that Picard and Riker's tension is rooted in their changed relationship. So Riker was once the student and Picard the teacher, but now Picard is on Riker's ship and must take the backseat to his old first officer. And no doubt it's going to be difficult for Picard to simply accept a subordinate role to Riker. And Riker may experience his own misgivings about being put in a position to give orders with the old captain around to second guess him. So there's going to be a situation where they're at odds. What we can also tell you is there's going to be some fantastic situations where it's almost comical, I think.
Right.
I think there's going to be like a situations we've never seen these two people in. Because you remember, in almost every situation that you see Riker and Picard in, it's some sort of action or mission-driven purpose. And now we're going to see them in almost a more, I wouldn't say relaxing situation, but more they're not at the helm. They're not doing something. They're going to be in other situations. I don't want to be specific about it.
Yeah, we can't spoil it.
But they're going to be doing things that are out of the ordinary from what we've seen. And it's going to be compelling in how we see them do it and how that makes us feel. And that might lead to some humor and some uncomfortableness. So it's going to be really great.
Yeah, just to be clear, they're not going to make out. Okay,
I wasn't even thinking
nothing
that.
sexual about it.
Sure.
I know that's where your mind
it always
went.
goes there.
Nothing sexual about it. We're not going to be calling, they're not going to have like this special name like, oh, what's going on next week on Piker? No, it's not going to be like that.
That just sounds wrong.
Yeah. Think buddy
Ricard.
cops, like buddy cops. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This has me fascinated, man. I got to be honest, because there is a way to do this and honor, the legacy of Jean-Luc Picard and have fun with it. And there's a way to do it where it doesn't and it's disrespectful. And that line is going to be a damn near invisible line to not cross. And I have faith in Terry Matalas, but I can totally see how this could piss some people off, if it's done even slightly incorrectly. Because if he's getting disrespected by all of his crew and all that, it might be a thing. Or if it's done correctly, it'll be very endearing. So it's gonna be a tight one.
And we may not notice it because he's been pretty disrespected the first 2 seasons of Picard.
That's so true.
On every ship he's been on. So hopefully any growth in that way will make us feel better about the situation.
Right. All right. Well, that said, that's about it. Listen, we're trying to get even more content for the Weekly Terry. So if you like this segment, do me a favor, hit the like button on the way to the comment section.
I thought you were going to say, start tweeting Terry Matalas and asking him questions.
No. I mean, we if you have questions, put the questions in the comments below, and we will get them to Terry, as long as they're reasonable. I do not want to hear any of this. Oh, why are you ruining Star Trek? Okay, don't do that. Just regular. If you have actual questions, reasonable questions, we will forward them along to Terry and see if he answers. Can't promise.
Yeah, and if he does, we'll mention your name and say this came from such and such person.
Yeah, and hit that comment section, and let us know, and we'll and we can't wait to see what he says.